Welcome back, guys. It's been a minute since we started off in the barn, so I thought I would start off in here just so you guys can see some of the cows and everything. And it's also been a while since I've introduced cows. Probably a lot of you guys remember when I used to do this thing where I would introduce cows to you, tell you their name and a little bit of the backstory, how old they are, what kind of cow they are. And a lot of you guys said that you really enjoyed that, so I thought we would kind of get back to that a little bit. And probably some of them are going to be ones that you've seen before, but maybe some of you are new watching here, and you guys will enjoy that. So that's what we're going to do this morning. So starting off strong. Why does the screen look a little bit dirty? Don't know. Anyway, this right here is Cindy. She is a Holstein Jersey cross. So we got her as a heifer. She hadn't calved yet. She wasn't even bred, I don't think. And we got her about, I would say 6 years ago probably. So she's around 8 years old, probably 7 or 8. She's had 4 or 5 calves. I think this will be her 5th calf that she's on right now. So I would guess she's around 7.5. Super calm, really friendly disposition, a pretty sweet cow. She's not big on the pets. I haven't gotten her really quite used to getting pet yet. So yeah, that is Cindy. I think she's shortbred. I'm not really positive. We haven't had her checked out. I'm pretty sure she's shortbred. With her, like I said, this will be her 5th calf. I'm pretty sure 5th or 6th. It's hard to keep track of them unless I look in their little book. We do have a herd management book there that I write down all their records and everything. So she's in there somewhere. I believe she's number 12. Ear tag 72, number 12. She said I'm Cindy to you. You know that. Just kind of thought I'd get back to that, a little bit more personable with the cows. So everybody right now is just finishing up a first crop wrap bale. They're really enjoying that. We got to get into milking and then we'll get into the rest of our day. Come on, get out. Out, 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 come on. All right, so we are back out in the field. We're doing some raking this morning. The weather isn't turning out quite like we thought it was going to. It was supposed to clear off today and be sunny. It's not like completely cloudy, but it's clouding in pretty fast. Tomorrow night there's a chance of rain. We've gotten pretty much everything that we needed to get done. We do still have a piece of dry hay that we have to rake up and bale, but it's not much. It's just 2 small strips in between the corn strips that we have. I think Brent is going to head out and ted those once we finish doing this. If you are new here, by the way, I'm Taylor and I work on a dairy farm in Maine. I make videos all about that. It's me and my boss, Brent. We do 90% of the work around here by ourselves. So we're very busy, but we love taking you guys along with us. So if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That really does help us out and helps us reach more people. So anyway, he's going to head out and ted that this afternoon. Once we finish this, we're going to get everything wrapped up today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. This stuff that we're raking right now is actually, it was supposed to be dry hay, but like I said, today was supposed to be nice and it just didn't turn out that way. So we're going to be wrapping it instead, which is why we're raking it up right now. It's still very green. I'll take you guys over and show you that. I think I've got enough time before Brent gets back here. What we're doing is I go around, I'm raking with the Kubota today, obviously. I go around once and Brent follows me and kicks it the same direction, and then I go around again. So we're kicking it the same direction 3 times, and then Brent comes back down the opposite direction and kicks it back into a row. So it's going to be 4 into 1. That's typically what we do, especially on second crop, because second crop obviously isn't as thick as first crop. Sometimes on first crop we can only do 2 or 3 into 1. Most of the time not 4 because it's too thick. So this is what it looks like. You can hear it's got a little bit of a crispness to it, but just not enough to make today. Enough to make dry hay anyway. Still a lot of green stuff underneath, but it's good looking stuff. So wrap, feed, or dry. It's going to be great and the cows are going to love it. You may have noticed that we haven't been using the International very much lately. And the reason for that is I broke it. It was a really bad day for me. I felt awful about it. Once we're finished here, I'll take you guys back and show you that. Shouldn't take us very long to do this, probably about an hour. I think this is like a 35, maybe 45 acre field area here. Some of it, there's corn strips with 3 strips of grass in between, but everything else is grass. So we have 90 something rails out here right now. And we're not finished yet, so we're gonna have well over 100 to pick up by the time we're done. My turn. So I invented this little game while I was sitting here waiting. So I've run this tractor for probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 years now. And I was just wondering, I used to mow with this all the time. I was just wondering if with my eyes closed, I could tell just by the sound of the RPMs, how high it's supposed to be revved to run a mowing machine, around 2,000 RPMs. So I'm not gonna look, I'm gonna use the hand throttle and I'm gonna try and guess when 2,000 RPMs is, okay? So I'll show you, I'm not looking. No, I'm gonna look this way. this year, I believe. So he's gonna go pick up some of that. I'm gonna bale it. He's gonna wrap it. After that, I have to run over and bale some hay for one of Brent's friends. He's got some down. We did it for him last year, I believe, and we're gonna do it again this year. So that shouldn't take me long. Last year, I think we got on 21 or 23 or something like that. There's a little more this year, so we should get around 25, maybe 30. So I'll go do that. By the time I come back, Brent will probably be done wrapping and he'll be raking the dry hay we need to do, and I'll come back and bale that. By the way, I probably had a really funny face when I was wearing the headphones. I like to listen to airplane crash documentaries. That sounds really weird when I say it out loud, but I like to just hear, I don't know, I just think it's really interesting, like what went wrong, how it could have been prevented. I don't know, I just find those things really interesting. So if I had a really zoned out face expression, that's why I usually listen to a book or music, or sometimes documentaries about stuff. All right, so it's a little bit after 3 o'clock right now. Brent is just finishing up wrapping. I think he's got like 5 more to do, maybe. He's got 6 more, I guess. He's got 15 right here already done. We are probably gonna move these because these are very close to the woods. If they're too far away from things, like a busy road, the turkeys will get into them, and other animals too. They'll dig into them, open them up, and then they'll spoil. So that's why we put them along the sides of the roads, if any of you guys have ever wondered that. It's specifically so things don't bother them, because if they're next to a busy road, obviously the animals aren't going to go near them as much as they would if they're up near the woods or out in a field somewhere. So anyway, I am exhausted. We finished everything we had to get done today. We baled the dry hay. We got 15 of those. Obviously we baled the wet hay. We got 21. Brent went and got his wrap, and I ran over and did the bales for his friend. I think there was 25 of those. So that's going to be it for today, obviously, because we're going to have to start milking in a little while anyway. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. So it is the next day. We're down here by the International. Finally going to show you guys exactly what happened with it. So it's not completely down. We can use it, just not for anything that requires a 540 PTO. So what happened was I went out to mow a field, and Brent actually was going to go around the field the first time mowing the perimeter of it because it was a field that I had never mowed the sections together before, and he was mowing around a part that he always mows because there's a couple rocks there and he's the only one that knows where they are. So he was going to mow around that, and then I was going to jump on and switch with him and go around from there. Well, when he was going around, he thought he clipped a rock, so we shut the mowing machine down and we were checking the knives and everything, and once that was all good, I hopped on the tractor to get back to mowing. Well, it was kind of sitting, so the tractor was kind of like uphill a little bit, and for some strange reason, when I got on it, it was acting fine, it was steering and everything, and then when I went to back the mowing machine up, because where I was, I would have to back up to turn around to start going the opposite direction. Well, when I started to back up and back down the hill, I lost all steering, lost the brakes, the hydraulics on it completely stopped working, jackknifed the mowing machine. I couldn't get it back in gear, I couldn't stop it, the brakes weren't working, obviously, because they're hydraulically driven. And like I said, it jackknifed the mowing machine, which was completely sickening to watch. It was kind of like it was all happening in slow motion. Just as it snubbed up against the mowing machine, it was too much pressure on that PTO, and it broke off the 540 stub shaft right inside the tractor and started leaking hydraulic fluid everywhere. So Brent took it back here really fast. We unhooked it and he brought it back here as fast as he could. So it didn't leak out all the hydraulic oil, but it leaked out quite a lot. We just changed the hydraulic filter. We've always had trouble with this tractor. It seems like it's a really poor design, like it's not a big enough filter to filter that amount of hydraulic oil in enough time. It skims over a lot. You have to clean it. You have to change it a lot. We're constantly checking it, and it's just one of those things. It really couldn't have been prevented. A lot of you guys ask if we check the oil and stuff before we get on these tractors. Brent is like insane about checking the oil and stuff, which is good. He checks the fluid in everything, like all the time. I'll come over and he's just fiddling around with it, checking everything. He does it in my vehicle too. I've actually seen him over there checking the oil in my truck. So he's very vigilant about checking the oil and things and keeping an eye on all the fluids. So that's why I never show it, is because it's not me doing it. It's usually him doing that. So that's why it never gets caught on camera. But yeah, it was just a freak thing. Everything's running good now. We changed it again and it seems to be working fine. So I'll show you guys. I can't really show you the damage because we've got a plug in there. This is actually a plug that goes in the milk room. It goes on the end of one of the pipelines. It just kind of shoves on the end of the washing station. So Brent popped that off and stuck that in there so it won't leak anymore. We can use the 1000 PTO. The yoke on the PTO of our mowing machine has actually been welded because the button fell off and it kept falling off, and we just didn't want to deal with that. And since we've always had it 540, it wasn't a problem. But now it is, because we can't switch over to 1000. So we've got one of those ordered and also a part for this ordered. So I guess you just pop this whole plate off, and then there's like something that holds this in here. Like I said, it's just broke off right in there. I had the piece, but I'm not really sure what happened to it. But yeah, I just snapped it right off and shot the PTO shaft off. A very bad start to that day, so we had to go get the Kubota, and I ended up mowing with that. And lately we've just been mowing with the Kubota, tedding with the Kubota, raking with the Kubota and Brent's truck. So the Kubota has been doing everything except baling. We've been working it hard, but it's been coming through for us and doing a good job so far. Hopefully soon we'll get the International back in. I think the mechanic has got the part ordered and he's gonna come over and put that on sometime. It wasn't really my fault per se. I mean, I felt like it was, and I spent the rest of the day in a bad mood, but just one of those things that happens. It's just good that it happened when it did, I guess. I mean, not when I was like driving down a hill or something even more dangerous. We'll get it fixed and get it back in the lineup before you know it. I did want to show you guys really quick. This is how full the hay building is. I don't think I told you. We got around 115 bales to pick up. I think there's 130 something in that field altogether, but we wrapped 21 of them. So there's 100 and something bales that we have to pick up, bring back down here. We were going to do that today, but it started sprinkling. It wasn't supposed to rain until later tonight. So they're going to get sprinkled on. It's not actually supposed to like rain. It's just supposed to sprinkle. It's just misting right now. Not really a big deal, but you can't put them away when they're wet like that because it's just not good. They'll start molding, obviously. You just let them dry out in the field. And it's supposed to be nice tomorrow all the way until next week sometime. So we'll have plenty of time to put them away. Well, I mean, I hope. We are still supposed to be working on dry hay too. So hopefully we'll get everything picked up and taken care of, but it is not going to fit all in here, obviously. So we're gonna have probably well over, I would say probably over 150 dry ones, and I don't think it's all gonna fit in here. So we may end up putting some in the top of the milking barn. We just cleaned out what we had up there from a couple years ago, and we hadn't put any up there last year, I don't think. Maybe a couple. But most of the stuff that we did last year was wrapped, and we also had most of this building empty. This year we had a lot of hay left over in this building. You can see all of this is old stuff. That over there is new. That over there I think is old as well. So yeah, there's like 2-year-old hay, year-old hay, and it doesn't bother. The cows absolutely love the 2-year-old hay, just the same as they'll eat a bale from this year. It is a pain to roll bales up in that barn, but I'm just glad that we've gotten the amount that we've gotten. I think we're up to 900 right now, and our goal is 1,000, so we should meet it pretty easily. We're not going to get as many as we did last year. Last year, I think we got 1,200, but we're closer than I thought we would be. This year, it didn't start off very strong with first crop. We got a lot less first crop than we usually do, but then on the flip side, we got a lot more second crop than we usually do, which if we have to have an overabundance of one feed, I would definitely rather it was second crop than first crop. Much better for the cows and much better for production. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know the drill. Please don't forget to like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done that. Keep it real, keep farming, and I hope you join us in the next video. Bye.